Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine.
And Jennifer Denny.
And this morning, we're going to talk about something that I know absolutely nothing about.
That's a surprise in marketing.
But, that's one of the things I love about this conversation is Jennifer learns and works on things that I don't work on. And one of the things that she's become very enamored with is TikTok. And now there's TikTok ads.
Yes, there's been TikTok ads for a while. It's whether or not you should get on there, right?
Absolutely. So, okay, I've been listening to you, and I'm working on my short videos. They're doing well on YouTube, and I can start pushing them to TikTok. Now the question is, as a business owner, should I consider, or what are kind of the foundations that would make me consider advertising on TikTok? And then we can get into the weeds on best practices.
I'll back up, and it might be a surprise to people to say that what you're doing is what you need to do first.
Mhm.
So short form video, if you're not already creating short form video, there's platforms that are changing, like that are matching how TikTok sends out information. And so no matter what, you need to see like what creative hits, and that's going to be important. It doesn't matter what the platform is. So I just want to kind of start there. If you're not creating short form video, you got to start there. Then, like, as far as TikTok ads, it's actually extremely similar to Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've never run Facebook ads, TikTok ads is similar, except for it's a different creative. Now, the costs are a lot less. The return is a lot less, and it lends its hand to a couple easy kind of areas, but that doesn't mean it won't evolve into other areas. And it doesn't mean that your client isn't on there yet. It's just, do you want to be a front runner, or do you want to follow when everybody else does it? I'm a front runner.
And, in a lot of other areas, I've lived on the bleeding edge, and I've played on TikTok. And maybe I'm just not looking at the right content, because I really haven't seen a lot of content that has convinced me that that's really where my customers are hanging out. And so I'm like you said, I'm creating short form video. I'm just not really worrying about what it's doing on TikTok.
It's a matter of if you hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
So how the algorithms are changing across the board is the content that you tend to watch more, then you tend to get more of that type of content.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to evolve. So it just depends on if you're spending the time over there. Now, if we go back to what we said a couple months ago, there your client is actually on there, to the age bracket that 54% or over half are above the age of 30. It does tend to go more towards the females, but your audience is on there. They just might not be creating videos themselves yet. They're just like watching, and it's like, do you want to get off the sidelines and play, or do you want to see what everybody else is doing?
And this goes back, this is a study from the Forrester Research Institute going back 20 years. And they mapped out the population 20 years ago, and they talked about the very small group of creators versus the much larger group of consumers. Now, back then, they were talking about blog posts, because that even predated social media.
Yeah.
And that ratio, I think, is still there. There's a smaller, though it feels like everybody and their brother is creating content right now, but it is still a smaller subset of the population than the people that are creating. So you're right. You can be on a platform and not realize who else is lurking in the sidelines.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some services that make it easier to be like, yeah, I need to do it now. So if you're an e-commerce brand, there's trending, TikTok made me buy it. Streaming service, app downloads, starting a free trial, When you think of like e-commerce, think of impulse buys that are less than $50. So if we're like at the, store and we'll just buy beauty and fashion space, believe it or not, eco-friendly. And if there are popular creators on the platform that you see are already on there and you want to align your brand with, then that's going to be a good one as well.
Absolutely. So right now, if you're a plumber, it may not be the best place. I mean, if you are the Gary Vanderchuk of plumbers, he did on YouTube, I think, what a very clever person could do on TikTok today. But most people in the profession don't fall into that category.
Well, so if I go back to like all the social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook are, showing reels, which is
Hmm.
equivalent to what a TikTok is, and they're putting more out there, and you're going to have to adjust your content to match that. Um, you probably do need to be on there, maybe just not running ads yet, because you need to figure out what is going to work in that space of plumbing. Because just like with any other marketing that we've talked about, even going back to the content of blog posts, um, that education and entertainment and inform in less than 60 seconds on a video. And how are you going to do that? And are you going to be able to do it efficiently and quickly? Because we can't be making these long like videos because it's not going to work.
Yeah, and that has been a real challenge. I remember I started with my podcast. There was a point at which I was doing these little 1 minute hardcore 55-second audio snippets. And then I discovered that there were things I wanted to say, and it took a minute and a half, and I didn't care. Well, now in this age where reels are 60 seconds and YouTube shorts are 60 seconds, getting concise again, that is an art.
It is, and people are craving authenticity.
Hmm.
People don't want corporate America anymore, and so they want a brand that's going to be like authentic. So that goes back to, what are your core values as a company? What do you stand for? And can you make that into a video? This is going to help you with hiring, and I know that's a problem. So like it's about being authentic, and the same way you would in front of a client.
Okay, so let's jump back because today's topic really was TikTok ads.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to advertise. How much do I need to get into the game? You said it was less than Facebook. And then what's a realistic expectation for a result?
So the average right now is 2.5 on your return on ad spend, in TikTok ads versus Facebook ads. So there's a higher return, but I go back to the certain industries where it's going to lead up to a better return. You do need at least $20 a day. So that is the minimum. Um, what else am I missing?
Okay, so $20 a day. Um, if I'm going to advertise on TikTok, how can I segment or target? Is it based on what people are interested in?
Yes, yes. So okay, it's the setup of it is remarkably, they like duplicated Facebook ads. It looks almost identical. So you've still got like your language targeting, all your basic like demographic targeting that you were used to. They still have interest categories, based on people's like behavior on the platform. So tech and electronics, e-commerce, games, baby, kids, and maternity. There are a bunch of different categories there. You can target based on videos that they have interacted with,
Mhm.
um, your particular videos. You can do creator interactions. So, what creators have your users followed or viewed their profile? So, you have to think about going back to those creators that are already on there. And these are all searchable. So, outdoor activities and nature, art, oddly satisfying. There's all these categories that are underneath there.
Wow.
hashtag interactions. So people who have watched a video with a specific hashtag, making sure you understand what a hashtag means, because not everybody uses those correctly. Customer files, engagement, activity, web traffic, those are all the same that you're used to seeing over there that you can see underneath there. And then they do have a unique where you can upload the IDFA or GAID, which is basically the Google Ads, like people who have interacted with that over into TikTok. So, yeah, I know.
You know what? As an advertiser, this is all really great. It's a little creepy as a human being. But what I'm going to say is if this is something that you want to learn more about, right now, this is not something you're going to learn in the toolbox. Though, Jen, you could create a course and then it would be something we could do in the toolbox. But if this is something that you think is a fit for your business, you really want to talk to Jen and the team at elevatedmarketing.solutions.
Yeah, happy to help. Any questions, answers on our website, just to have a chat and see if it is a good fit for you. I'll tell you if it's not.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's it for now. We'll be back next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.